What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Ken Griffey Jr. Presents Major League Baseball. Let's press start to play. Single player me. And let's get it going. You know, I felt, alright. I'm getting ahead of myself. I thought, you know what? For today's game, we got two expansion teams in this selection. The Florida Marlins and the Colorado Rockies. So let's do a little expansion team face-off. Why not? We'll be playing as the Florida Marlins. We will be the home team, and we will be against the Colorado Rockies, which are the away team. Now, I am aware that we are playing as the fish team in today's baseball video game video, but I'm not going to make any jokes there, to be completely honest. We already got strike two. And that's going to be a base hit for Lugosi. That's kind of funny, right? All the Colorado Rockies are named after like horror movie actors. So like that was Peter Lorre back there. Here comes Boris Karloff. I think he was the Mummy in like Frankenstein, I believe. Strike two. And that's our first K of the night. How's Cheney going to do? Cheney is going to do a line drive to third, and that's going to be the end of the top of the first. Colorado gets a scoreless inning. Let's see how my Florida will do. Almost forgot, this isn't when they changed their name, I gotta say. Alright, there we go, base hit. I don't know what the Marlins are named after, so if you know, drop it in the comments. Louder hits a high fly ball, it's going, you're gonna have to go back. I'm just gonna say that right now. Another high fly ball, I'm gonna send you back, actually. I guess Louder, it's just not Louder's night. Two fly balls, very close calls. That's going to be a high fly ball. It's going back to the wall, and that's not going to be a home run. All right. Everyone run back. I was getting a little ahead of myself, I got to say. Here comes Harrison. Harrison hits a line drive. It's going to go foul. One strike on the count. That one goes right over the second base, and the bases are loaded with a nice little base hit from Harrison. What's Penniton going to do? Can he score the first run of the night? Yes, he can. Could he get 2 runs batted in? He is going to get 2 runs batted in. Thank you, Penniton. 2 men on the corners, 2 runs, and here comes Whipple. It's a high fly ball. It's going foul, and it's not going to be caught. 1 strike on the count. Second foul ball. 2 strikes on the count. Base hit. You could make it. And there we are. Run batted in for Whipple. Score is 3-0 Florida. And here comes Crombie. Crombie hits a high fly ball. It's going foul. Not really a high fly ball. It's just kind of popped up. I'm getting ahead of myself. What can I say? 2 strikes for Crombie, and that's going to be a strikeout. The second K of the night. And that is the second best set of Ks you'll see in the baseball world. I'll tell you that much. Sorry, that was foul. Speaking of foul, here's another foul ball. 2 strikes, 2 outs. It all comes down to this. That is a high fly ball. It is going to left field. It's going to go to the wall. I think he could get a run batted in. Yes, he will. The score is 4-0 Florida. Honestly, I kind of like the Marlins logo, even now, like after they like rebranded. I kind of wish the Marlins were better than they actually are. That's going to be a fly out to get the Marlins out of the first inning. Phenomenal first inning from the Marlins. Let's see if they could keep up that momentum. And let's see if Colorado can match that energy. It's not looking like it with a routine ground out. But here comes Peter Cushing for the second batter up. Strike one. Throw another changeup. Strike two. It's going to be popped up to right field, and that's a routine fly out. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Comes the shortstop Reed. Reed gets a nice little base hit right there. Is that going to be a double? It is not going to be a double. It's going to go right to the left field wall, but he's not going to go for it. Perkins hits a dribbler right to the shortstop, and that's going to be a force out at second. The end of the top of the second. It is still not looking good for the Rockies, but there's still a lot of baseball to play, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Anything can happen. Believe you me. The Marlins could get the craziest choke job of their life, but Louder hits a nice little fly ball, but it's going to go foul. It was going right to the wall, though, I gotta say. Louder gets a line drive. That's going to stay fair, and that's going to be a nice little base hit. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Next is Vogelman. Vogelman hits one. It's going to go foul. A lot of foul balls today. I'm noticing. And that is like the easiest double play of their life. Never mind, that's just a fielder's choice. I guess I was underestimating the Marlins. Or overestimating the Rockies. One of those two. Probably underestimating the Marlins, come to think of it. I don't want to be negative. Scoreless second inning. Florida keeps the lead. And let's see how our Steckler does, the pitcher. Steckler hits one right to the shortstop, and that's going to be a fly out. Colorado is back at the top of their lineup. Here comes Lugosi. And Lugosi can't make it to first base. All right. Peter Lorre hits a high fly ball. It's going to left field. It is going. It's going to bounce off the wall, and that's only going to be a base hit. Boris Karloff is up next, and Karloff hits one right to third base to get the Rockies out of the third inning. Let's see how Florida can be. And they're cleaning up at the bottom. Immediately, a nice base hit. See what Whipple does. Whipple got some nice runs batted in before, and it's looking like he's gonna keep it up, but not with a foul ball like that. That is a high fly ball. It's going to center field, and it is not going to be caught. That's going to be a nice little double for Whipple. And now we got one man on second, one man on third. Crombie's up at the bat. And let's see what he can do. Crombie hits a fly ball. It's going to go foul. 2 strikes, no outs, no balls. And that could be a base hit, but not. He's just a little too slow. Only a little. Here comes Needham. Needham pops one up, but it's going to go foul. 1 strike, 1 out. It's just a little too late. Have you ever... And Needham strikes out. I was going to say, have you guys ever had those Needham candies? Those like coconut potato things? The chocolate? If not, you got to try it. And our pitcher, I forgot his name, Thompson. Thompson pops one up and gets the Marlins out of the third inning. Heading into the top of the fourth, Colorado is still scoreless, and that's going to be a foul. 1 strike for Cheney. Cheney hits one to third, and that is going to be a routine ground out. Second man up, Lee. Lee hits one. It's going to go right over the third baseman's head to left field, and that's going to be a base hit. How is P. Cushing going to do? Marlins are throwing a lot of changeups, I got to say. Cushing pops one up to center field, and that's going to be a fly out. They could not get the double play, though. Third man up. Technically fourth man up, come to think of it, because they got a base hit. But Reed is the... he's responsible for the third out. Let's just say that. Going into the bottom of the fourth, Stokes gets a nice little leadoff base hit. I am stoked to see it. Louder hits one. It goes right to the pitcher, and that's going to be an easy out for Colorado to get, I got to say. Vogelman hits one. It's going to go right to the shortstop, and that's going to be a force out at second and a double play. A very nice defensive fourth inning for Colorado. And I guess for Florida as well. But you don't really think about that because they do technically have the lead. And another nice little hit right to the pitcher. Florida did it, so I guess Colorado's return in the favor. Ball goes right over second base to center field for a nice little base hit. From their pitcher. I forgot what their pitcher was named. That's going to be a force out, and that's going to be a fielder's choice. I gotta say, Lugosi is pretty fast. Gotta watch out for that. Though, to be fair, most leadoff hitters are pretty fast, if I'm really going crazy. And what the heck is Lugosi doing? He tries to go for third off of that? I'm a little surprised. I'll tell you that much. But now we're in the bottom of the fifth. Colorado is still scoreless. And Harrison gets a nice little base hit right there. Let's see how the Marlins will react to that. Strike one for Penniton. The United Colors of Penniton. Penniton pops one up to right field, and that's going to be a fly out. We get a little too greedy. They get the double play, and that's going to be 2 outs. Whipple's up at the bat. Swing and a miss for Whipple. He got fooled by the changeup. Whipple pops one up. It's going to left field. It's going. That is like the easiest routine fly out of of Colorado's life. Come to think of it. And we're headed into the 6th. Not a lot of action in this game, despite that phenomenal first inning from Florida. And that's how you do alliteration, I'll tell you that much. Karloff already struck out once, so let's see if he can strike out again. Karloff strikes out twice in this game. It is not his night today. Up next is Cheney. 1 out, 1 strike. And again, Thompson is keeping up the changeups. And we got a nice set of Ks for the top of the 6th. I already made the set of Ks joke, so I'm not going to do that again, but just know I am thinking it. And that's a nice little fly out to right field. Or left field, not right field. What the hell am I talking about? I gotta say, man, I'm getting tired. We're already in the bottom of the 6th. Here comes Crombie. Crombie hits a dribbler to the shortstop. And that's actually going to be a base hit. Crombie really pumped his legs right there. Here comes Needham. We're not going to talk about any more candies, even though that's going to be a force out. That's going to be a double play. I gotta say, Needham, it's not Needham's night either. And that's going to be a nice little line drive fly out for Colorado. And we're already heading into the top of the 7th. This game has just flown by. Hits one to third, and that's going to be a ground out. Very close, though. Very close. Got to watch out. Got to watch out for that. Reed pops one up to the shortstop, and that's going to be a fly out. Doesn't even leave the infield, but it did get dangerously close to leaving the infield. Ooh, a nice little base hit right there. Looks like our third baseman just didn't have enough heat left in the tank, as they say. And Colorado is bringing out a pinch hitter. This is Russell. Let's see how he does. Foul ball. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Russell pops one up, and that is flying. Russell pops one up again. Marlins decide to throw a ball a little faster than their usual speed, and it did work out for them in the end. Colorado is now making a pitching substitution for Castle. Stokes is up at the bat. And let's see what Castle can do. He's taking his time, really sizing him up. And here's the pitch. Stokes hits one right to first base. Just zoomed right in his glove. You would think they had magnets in there, man. Louder hits one. It's going to sneak by first base, and that is going to be a nice little base hit. Here comes Vogelman. Vogelman hits one. It's going to go to second base. That's going to be a force out, and that's going to be a double play. Okay. We're in the top of the eighth, and this game has been... This has certainly been a game. I'll say that much. Thompson is getting a little tired, so Florida will make a substitution. Let's check the ERAs. 6.75 ERA. We are not doing that guy. Let's send in Yang. Let's go with Yang. Right, 3.26 isn't that bad, I'd say. And Yang steps up to the pitcher's mound, sizing up Peter Lorre right here. Yes, master. Peter Lorre hits one right to the shortstop. Well, what's that thing Peter Lorre always says? Like, you fool! I can't remember. I also need to practice my Peter Lorre voice, I gotta say. Karloff gets a base hit. Cheney comes up. And a nice little leaping play from our shortstop to round out the top of the eighth. Colorado is still scoreless. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Harrison hits one right to the first base. That's a shame. Penniton is up at the bat. And honestly, I think Penniton has treated me well in this game, come to think of it. Maybe just because he's like one of the only Marlins that I remember his name. He's one of the only Marlins that I remember the name of. But I mean, either way. Whipple hits one. It's going right to the wall. That's going to be a double. It's not going to be a triple. Whipple's a little too slow for the triple. Though that would be nice to say a triple from Whipple. Sounds very fun to say. Maybe one of these days we'll play as the Marlins more. Just so I could do that. And that is a foul ball to the moon from Crombie. And Crombie strikes out to round out the bottom of the eighth. A scoreless eighth inning. Heading into the ninth. This could be the final half inning of the match. If Yang is lucky with his pitches. But we'll have to see. That is a nice little leadoff hit. And here comes Cushing. Cushing hits one up to second base. It's going to go right over the second baseman's head. And that's going to be another base hit. 2 men on base, no outs. This is a very dangerous game here for the Marlins. Reed hits one. That's going to go to second base. That's going to be a force out. Not going to be a double play. But it is good that they got the guy out at third, as opposed to going for the guy at second. And a leaping play from our shortstop gets the second out of the top of the ninth. Colorado is sending in another pinch hitter. Here's Ripper, which is a very scary name for a baseball player. I'll say that much. And the bases are loaded. This is a very dangerous game we're playing. Bell Lugosi comes up. Lugosi hits one right to the pitcher, and that's going to be the end of the ball game. I was honestly getting a little nervous there with that final at-bat from Lugosi, but he just couldn't get it done. And here is the report in the official Major League Baseball newspaper. The Marlins shut out the Rockies 4-0, proving their status as the superior expansion team. Marlin ace may miss the start with a sore elbow. Must be Thompson. Here's the inning breakdown if you want to see that. 14 hits compared to Colorado's 11. Very close in the hit department. Not very close in the runs department. Here's the Marlins box score. 2 runs batted in from Penniton. 1 run batted in from Whipple. 1 run batted in from Needham. All in the first inning. 3 Ks from Thompson. You'd think he's Filipino. Here's the Colorado Rockies box. Get it? Because that was like the group that fought against the Spanish. Adding a little culture to my baseball Let's Plays. Here's the Colorado Rockies box score. No runs batted in, and most of their players topped off at around 1 or 2 hits. 2 strikes from Steckler, 1 strike out from Castle. And I think that is going to be the end of today's video. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys on the next adventure.